welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me on Facebook Live at A Spoonful of Hope. Once again, I am Chef Jill Holland. Welcome to my home kitchen. I'm going to jump over here so that I'll be able to see your comments as you log on. I do this different every single time, so bear with me. Let's do that, and then we do that. And there I am, yay. All right, so now we can set this aside and be done with that. And I need to mute my computer, which I always forget to do. So, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. Glad to see you. Hi, Gail. Hi, Danielle. Yes, that's your line, Gail. Thank you for lending it to me. Just a quick point to kind of bring more viewers in. If you start a Facebook watch party, then all of your contacts will see this. I don't know exactly how they work because sometimes I can't see the comments if they are on a watch party. So I don't know, start a watch party and tell them to go to a Spoonful of Hope page so that I can see their comments, and then I'll say hey to them too. But just to give you a little bit of background, I know you guys have been great supporters of A Spoonful of Hope, but I want you to know what your purchases are going towards. We do have a product line with our tomato basil soup, which we are going to feature today. We also have 3 flavors of local honey. They are from a local apiary. We have orange blossom, wildflower, and palmetto. And join me next week because we're going to be using all 3 of those for some really fun, awesome cocktails and mocktails. Yay! Very excited about those. But all the purchases, all the proceeds from your purchases go to our culinary training program. It's for students with some sort of hardship in their background and who just need some help. And yes, we are still running classes right now. The students are working virtually. They are given a packet once a week, and they send Chef Israel Santiago, who is our head chef instructor. They send him pictures of the recipes that they have made, and they are in constant contact with Adelia Nunez and Katrina McGee, who are our caseworker and our life skills manager. And they're doing great. We love our students, and we just want to reach out and help them as much as we can. And like I said, all the proceeds from A Spoonful of Hope go back into that culinary training program. So, hey Lynette, thanks for joining us. So, today we are going to make some really awesome, super cheesy grilled cheese. It was kind of a rainy morning. It started to clear up this afternoon, so but it really just gave me inspiration to do these grilled cheese sandwiches. Elizabeth is already putting her order in for a grilled cheese sandwich. We'll see if I remember to bring it to you tomorrow. So we are going to start out. Choose your bread, and I always want to promote, use local bakeries. We have a great relationship with Old Hearth Bakery, with Dos France. We love our local bakeries. Use your local cheese rep. Also, we have a great relationship with La Femme de Fromage. She's amazing. You can get all kinds of amazing, wonderful, ooey gooey, hard to find cheeses. We are using some easy to find cheeses today that you can get from your local grocer. We are using a whole wheat bread, a sourdough bread, and a marble rye bread. We are going to use, we have a bunch of different cheeses, and I'm going to kind of mix and match them. I have a smoked Gouda underneath here. I have a Colby Jack. I've got Swiss cheese. I have a sharp cheddar and Fontina. Hey Shan, good to see you. Love you. And then I've got some sliced ham. You can add anything you want to these sandwiches. We like to put bacon bits on them. You can add spinach. You can add, I'm trying to think of all the things that, because we do like a grilled cheese bar. Lynette, if you remember, chime in. For our Catering for Good, we use all kinds of great little additives or additions to the sandwich. We do caramelized onions, just so good. So we're just gonna kind of do a basic grilled ham and cheese. I'm gonna start out with the wheat bread, and the biggest secret to a ooey gooey, nice toasty grilled cheese sandwich is lots of butter. Lots and lots of butter. I am channeling a certain Food Network star from Georgia right now. Lots of butter. All right. And if you're just joining us, please say hi. I'd love to greet you and have you join us in the fun. So I know my sister and my sister-in-law both mentioned today that they had grilled cheese for lunch. I think my sister has some tomato basil soup for good up at her place. They are both up in Virginia, so they usually either get it for Christmas presents or they wait for a trip down here. You can also have it shipped to you, don't forget. Elizabeth is really on that. She is awesome. All right, so as I laid these down, I put the butter sides together so that I don't make a mess all over my board. I want to put, let's do Fontina on this one. I'm waiting for it to pop up for Elizabeth's order as to what cheeses she wants. All right, so I'm gonna put 2 different cheeses. Make sure that you get all the way out to the edges, and then I'm gonna put a couple pieces of ham. And we're just gonna put those kind of fluffy. And then on this side, I'm gonna put a piece of Swiss, and I'm gonna put the majority of the holes over here so that they overlap with that cheese. All right, so we're gonna hold off on that for just a second. This is what is going to be really fun. So we experimented with this a little bit with great results. I'm gonna use my waffle iron to make these today. It's gonna be awesome. So I'm gonna plug that in and get that heating up. I am also gonna show you how to roast awesome, delicious veggies today. If you see, I have my oven on at 500 degrees. Yes, 500 degrees. And sneak peek in here, I have an empty sheet pan in here. I like to use a silver sheet pan. For me, it gives me better results than like a gray or a dark colored sheet pan. Adelia, good to see you. Hey, Shelly. Hello, Chef Tira. So that reminds me, I'm going to show you some stuff that Chef Tira has on the works for our gift baskets. I am also going to put right now our tomato basil soup in our pot. And we're just going to pour that in. And I'm just going to put that on a low heat to heat up while we are working. Make sure I'm turning on the correct burner. Okay, yep, yay. All right, so now we're gonna make some of the veggies. while we're waiting for my waffle iron to heat up. I'm just going to set this over here. I'm going to start with my hardest vegetable. So in the food service industry, we get these giant, we call them horse carrots. I love them. They are really sweet usually. I'm going to give it a quick wash over here. Always wash your veggies. And it's not because of any pesticides or anything necessarily. It's to get any excess dirt off of it. My chef in culinary school used to say, "You never know what bug pooped on it." So, yay. All right, so just rinse that off. And then we're going to peel it. Use long strokes. I like a Y peeler. You can get these really super cheap. Hey, Evelyn, really super cheap at like Williams-Sonoma. I don't usually plug other people's stuff necessarily. They did not pay me to say that. But these are not expensive, and they are some of the best. It's one of the best investments, honestly. So just use those long strokes towards you, and then you can kind of clean up the edges. I will usually put a napkin or a piece of plastic or a piece of parchment paper on my cutting board to catch all of these peels. But I forgot to do it today, so I'm just gonna, it gives you a lot easier cleanup if you do it that way. So we're just gonna scoop that up. And if you have a compost, please remember to compost. I also have a really good garbage disposal. Okay, so waffle iron's ready. We're gonna cut this up first though. All right, so how do you hold your knife? You are going to put your thumb right here near the end of the blade, right by the hilt, the handle, and then you're going to take your pointer finger and you're going to pinch it in between your two fingers, and then those last three fingers are going to wrap around the handle. Knives are a very personal thing. You always want to work with a knife that is smaller than the board that you're working with, and something that feels really good in your hand. There are different types. This is a plate. You notice the blade is all one piece that goes all the way through the handle, and it has, that's called a full tang, and then it has the rivets that hold that in. All right, so now we're going to cut up our carrot. I'm just going to do this on the bias. I'm just going to take that little end piece off, and we're going to cut these on the bias. And notice I am curling up my fingers on my other hand. I'm not leaving them stuck out like this. If you leave them stuck out, you're going to chop off a fingernail or a finger. Not a good idea. It's usually pretty bad to bleed in your dinner. All right, so we're going to cut all those up. Aren't those pretty? So pretty. Evelyn, if I didn't say hello to you yet, hello. So I'm going to put these in a mixing bowl. I'm going to add a little bit of oil to this. You can use extra virgin olive oil, or you can use that avocado oil that we are so in love with. I'm going to do just a little pinch of salt, a little pinch of pepper, and a little bit of any kind of herbs you want. I happen to today have a blend of basil, oregano, thyme, and I think there's a little bit of marjoram in that one. All right, and then I'm going to give that just a little toss. If you feel like you are going to throw your veggies all over your kitchen doing this, use a spoon or a spatula, stir them up. But this is going to coat all of those seasonings and all of those oils. Hi, Andrea. Good to see you. All right, so those are those beautiful carrots. And we are going to go back to our oven. And we are going to open the door. I am not going to take the sheet pan out of the oven. This is the best sound. Ready? Can you hear that? Oh, I hope you can hear that on the video. All right, we're going to give that a little shake and then put those right back in. So the reason why I'm doing that is because it's going to sear the bottom when you put it on there, and then it's also going to roast the top of them. So you're getting sears on both sides. I roast everything like this. Yay, I'm glad you could hear the sizzle, Gail says. Okay, so we're going to leave this bowl for our other veggies. I'm going to go ahead and put our grilled cheese, our first grilled cheese, on the waffle iron. This is going to be so good. Oop, I've got it locked. All right. So this is just, you're going to put it right kind of in the center. And that's sizzling too. And then I'm going to give it just a little tiny bit of a press. It's going to be great. And my waffle iron has a timer for the heat. So it's going to beep again. And we're going to put a timer on for those veggies also. Just 6 minutes for those carrots. Okay? Those are our hard vegetables. So now we're going to process, listen to me. We're going to take care of our medium thickness. I've got Brussels sprouts here. Who doesn't love a Brussels sprout? Even my very, very picky husband loves a roasted Brussels sprout. So I'm just cutting off the little end and then cutting those in half. And if they're really, really super huge, you can cut them in quarters. But you basically want to cut them down to so that they are all the same size. That's going to give you even cooking time. And I've got some bruised leaves here. I'm just going to pull those off. And I'm going to give my soup just a little bit of a stir. There we go. All right. Hello, Deandra. Good to see you. All right. And, oh, there's the waffle iron. So that means that that sandwich is all kinds of ready. So this was one of the challenges that we found yesterday was how do I get this off of the waffle iron? I am going to use 2 tongs to get this off today. Look how fun that looks. All right, and if I kind of lift that up, you can see how ooey gooey that is. Actually, you know what? That's not quite as melted as I would like it. So I'm going to leave that on just a couple more seconds. I'm going to be very aware of them. I'm going to give my soup a little stir here again. And I'm going to turn that heat down because it's already simmering. Yummy. Yummy, yummy. All right, I am not going to open that oven though. I'm not checking on those carrots because I know they are just doing their thing in there, getting all yummy and delicious. All right, I'm going to put the Brussels sprouts in a bowl and I'm going to season them up. A little salt, mixed herbs, pepper, give them a little zhuzh. And when those carrots are done in about 3 more minutes, we're going to put these in, and I'm not going to take those carrots out because they're not done yet. All right, let's check on this. Oh, it's yelling at me again. All right, so now I can actually see some of the cheese melting out, so. This was a challenge. Always fun. I'm going to come down in here. Be real careful, though, using metal on, this is a non-stick surface, so you don't want to scratch that up. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit because it is lava right now. You do not want to bite into that right now because you will have no skin on the roof of your mouth. And I'm going to turn my waffle iron up just a touch. And while we are waiting for that, and all the rest of, we're waiting for the carrots, I'm going to go ahead and get another sandwich ready. This time I'm going to use our sourdough. Well, that was fast. Oh, I wish you guys could smell this. It smells so good in here. Hi, Judy. Good to see you. So many of my workmates are logging on. I miss everybody's faces. All right, so again, lots of butter makes a delicious grilled cheese sandwich. Yum. All right, so we're gonna go with some Swiss cheese. Let's do some Colby this time. All right, and then our couple pieces of ham. And we'll do, I'm gonna do a Swiss and a smoked Gouda. So we're going to walk this over. This was ready. Put this down and then put that on top. And then we're going to give that a little, just a little press. I'm going to wipe the butter off of my fingers. More sizzling. All right. And my timer says that I have about 13 seconds left on the carrots, but I didn't set that timer right away, so I am going to go ahead and add my Brussels sprouts now. So, we're going to do this the same way. I'm going to open the oven using a hot pad. I'm going to open or pull that shelf out, and I'm going to drop those Brussels sprouts in. Okay, you can already see the caramelization on the carrots a little bit. And these are going to go in now for 3 minutes. Okay? We're leaving all those in because those carrots, they are a hard vegetable. They need a while to cook. We're not going to cook them till they're completely soft, but they're still going to have a little bit of bite to them. It's going to be great. So now I'm going to do my mushrooms and my zucchini. I am in the boat of wash your mushrooms. They are not going to absorb too much water just by washing and rinsing them off, but they are grown in dirt and they have dirt on them. A lot of dirt on them usually. And I'm just going to give them a little pat dry. Okay. So, let's check on that sandwich. Oh, look how beautiful that sourdough looks. And I can see the cheese oozing out the side here. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off now. I got to put it flat or else all that cheese, that whole top layer is just going to slide right off. So we're going to wait on that for just a few seconds while we get the Brussels, or the zucchini and the mushrooms. So the mushrooms I'm just going to cut. I'm going to trim that little end off and just cut them in half. And put those in our bowl. And get those. Yum. So our zucchini, I'm going to cut that in a half moon bias. All right. There's no sandwich on there, so I don't have to worry too much yet. All right. So I'm cutting this, and then I'm going to cut my end here. This is a really big zucchini. Again, if you have a compost, put that in your compost. All right, I'm going to roll this so that my bias cut, and that just means an angle. It's just a fancy word for angle. Facing up. So now I'm going to do this side because it will be easier to show you. So I'm going to mimic this bias cut. And I don't want to cut it too thin, or else my zucchini is going to be soggy. And not very many people like soggy zucchini. He likes soggy broccoli, not soggy zucchini. He's doing a great job at the camera again today, folks. Oh, there is so that should be the Brussels sprouts, which means we need to hurry up a little bit. Come on, Jill. So I'm going to put this in my bowl. Same thing. I'm going to do oil, salt, pepper, mixed seasonings. All right. Lynette says, hi, Wes. I can't see Wes, but hi, Wes. All right, so we toss those all together. We're going to, one more time. Look, you can see the color getting on all of those. I'm going to push those over just a little bit so I have room for the... Oh, those are looking so pretty. And they smell great. All right. I can, while I'm spreading these out, I'm using a spatula today, but you can actually spread that out with your hand. Do not touch the pan, though, because that pan is 500 degrees. And that will be very painful. All right, so 3 more minutes on that will give us just enough time to do our last sandwich here. Elizabeth, I think this one might be yours. Thanks, Deandra. She's a big fan of the roasted veggies. Well, this is how we do them when we do our catering events for Catering for Good. And this is how I do them at home, too, obviously. It's just, a lot of people will put them on a cold pan and then put them in the hot oven, and everything just weeps and gets soggy. And so you don't really want to do that. This way you're searing from both sides. All right, so we have our rye bread. We're gonna go with all the cheeses, all of them. I love a fontina because it's super, super melty and buttery and just so good. I also like, there's a very underutilized cheese that my husband and I are both big fans of, and that's the butter case. I'm probably saying that wrong. That's a really thick rye bread. I hope that'll press down. All right, there we go. Oh my gosh, delicious. We're gonna stir this up just a little bit again. I'm gonna get a bowl, a couple little bowls for us. Let me set this stuff aside now. This anymore. if you look under where I just picked up my cutting board, I like using these. These are just little, it's the shelf rubber mat that you put in your cabinets that really just collect dust in your cabinets, and you probably shouldn't do that. But it's a great way to get a non-slip surface for your cutting boards. And they are washable. Just, I throw them in the dishwasher sometimes. And they just on the top rack. Don't put it on the bottom rack. It might melt on the bottom rack. All right, so we have we're gonna bring our soup over. Oh, I hear that sandwich getting gooey. And we're just gonna, oh, I love our tomato basil soup. And I'm not just saying that because I'm the one who did the recipe. I'm telling you, since we came out with this recipe, my husband and I have eaten more soup than ever before. We have been together for 27 years, and we have had more soup than ever before. All right, isn't that pretty? I'm gonna put that on a different plate. Oh, so good, so good. If you don't have a waffle iron, if you have a Foreman grill, use your Foreman grill. I've done that before, and they come out wonderfully. If you have a panini press, use that. You can do it in a pan on your stove. That's fine too. But make yourself some of these incredible grilled cheeses. I'm going to turn that off and unplug it so that it cools down. Now we're going to bring these over. And save that one. And we're going to bring out our veggies. Plate for those. These are all done now. Aren't those pretty? Oh my gosh. So you've got the caramelization, and I'm just going to mix them all together. Our honey goes really well on the carrots, and if you've ever had a parsnip, I love parsnips, and so you mix that with just a little bit of honey and tarragon on the carrots and the parsnips, and it is so delicious. All right, so turn the oven off so I don't forget. And we have our beautiful sandwiches. Hey Nancy, good to see you. Vlaco, good to see you. Vlaco is one of our graduates. We were just talking about our wonderful, awesome students. Hope you are doing well, Vlaco. All right, look at those. Look, even though that one's been sitting there for what, almost 30 minutes, it's still gooey, it's still warm, but it won't burn the top of your mouth now. Look, we're gonna mix and match these. Yay. All right, so, a couple of forks. We don't need spoons because we're going to dip our, I am not putting these hot vegetables in my mouth just yet because those just came out of a 500-degree oven, people. You gotta be crazy. Hey, Melissa, good to see you. All right, so while we wait for those to cool off, we're going to dive into this soup. And of course, what's more classic and comforting than grilled cheese and tomato basil soup? Delicious. This soup is crazy hot. I can see the steam coming off of it. Oh my gosh. That is so good. Like I said, lots of butter. So, so good. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Do you need a grilled cheese break, babe? He's saying no. He's gonna hold tight to the camera.
I had a late lunch.
Oh, he did too. That's right. All right, so I'm gonna taste this one with the sourdough. Okay. So I am gonna feed him a Brussels sprout just because it's one of the few vegetables that he absolutely loves. All right, there's that. Okay, and Brussels sprout cheers, yay! I love it. I don't know if you can zoom in on this, babe. I love it when they have like this char on them. They just, it's caramelized and it's so good. The carrots too. I love that caramelization on there. Oh, I picked the worst plate to use, didn't I? That is bad contrast. All right, it's fine. So, thank you so much for joining me. Let me tell you a little bit about what we have. I'm going to move this stuff back here because I want to bring up, I don't know if you remember, I mentioned Chef Tira has been working hard. So, you guys know that Mother's Day is only it's like a week and a half away. Isn't that crazy? It's right around the corner. I can't believe it. So we have, as always, our tomato basil soup for sale. We have our little honey bears, our 16-ounce honey for good, and that comes in all 3 flavors, or you can buy that in the gallon jugs. And our cookies for good, which is our classic shortbread cookie. And it's so delicious. So let me tell you, I mentioned this a little bit about last week. This is our DYC gift basket. Decorate your cookie. I feel like I have Brussels sprouts in my teeth. Please ignore that. So this DYC gift box, it's a great thing for you and your mom, or you and your kids, or force your kids to do it so you can eat cookies, whatever works. It comes with 6 shortbread cookies. It has little sprinkles and pearls and other little decorations. And then Chef Tira did all the work for you, and we're giving you 4 different colors of royal icing. And oh my gosh, she was doing some test cookies, and this royal icing, I can kind of smell it through the bag. Oh my gosh, it is so good. So that's going to be, it's also known as flood icing. So, hey Cheryl, good to see you. So Chef Tira is also going to do a quick video on how to decorate your cookies, just a few little tips, and we'll have that up on the website. But you can go to the website now, which is aspoonfulofhope.org. That's aspoonful, 2 L's, of hope.org. And you can get your DYC basket. You can get any of our other Spoonful of Hope products. You can mix and match to make your own gift basket once you get the product. So many different options, and there are other gift baskets there on the website as well. So please, thank you for supporting us, and don't forget about your discount code. Facebook10 gets you a 10% discount on all of your purchases. They're on aspoonfulofhope.org. We really thank you so much for supporting us, and we hope you have fun with these gift baskets. I'm just jonesing to decorate a cookie. Join me next week because it is the Thursday before Mother's Day. We're going to do some Mother's Day cocktails and mocktails, And I might have, if we can maybe arrange it, I might have a socially distanced guest, because I can't make cocktails and drink all of them at once. That would be really bad. But thank you again so much for joining me here in my kitchen. We love you. Be safe. Be healthy. Wash your hands. Love you guys. Thanks.